Warning: Jason's Talking Time contains some content that may be unsuitable for people under the age of 18 or people who are easily offended by the slightest innuendo. Listener discretion is advised. However, if you tune in anyway and get offended, please do not send any letters. If you do, I will just crumble them up and throw them in the trash. This is Jason's Talking Time with Jason Kidd. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jason Kidd. You're tuning to another edition of Jason's Talking Time, brought to you by the generous donations given to us on our show's GoFundMe page, which can be found at gofundme.com/Jason's Podcast Show. Any donation will do. We need the money bad, so leave us a donation and we will send you a very nice reward as a thank you. All right, so the Grammy Awards for this past Sunday, and I got to tell you, it was a very interesting show, starting from the beginning at the red carpet with Cee-lo Green, whom I think was dressed up for the wrong show. I mean, Cee-lo Green was literally covered in gold from head to toe. I'm thinking that he probably thought he was going to the Oscars the way he was dressed. Either that or he made a wrong turn to the cosplay convention he was going to, or maybe, just maybe, he found out that one of the producers of the new Power Rangers movie was going to be there, and so he decided to just show up at the Grammy Awards, hoping that maybe he'd run into him, say, hey, I'm Cee-lo Green. I'd do anything for a piece of change. Please put me in this movie. I'm already dressed up for the part. Either that or maybe Cee-lo Green just lost his goddamn mind. Either that or he was in a horrible accident. I'm hoping that it wasn't the case, because I'm sure if it was an accident, then we probably would have heard about it in the news, like the time when he was talking on his phone and the phone exploded. I believe he had a Galaxy 7. Yeah, it was a Galaxy 7. He was talking on the phone and it exploded. So maybe he was still recovering from that and had to cover his face. And if he did, I'm sorry for the jokes, Cee-lo Green. I didn't mean to laugh at your misery. I really didn't. But anyway, I'm just going to be honest. You look ridiculous. Alrighty, and this other lady that I had never heard of until this past Monday, actually, Joy Villa, showed up at the Grammy Awards wearing a Donald Trump dress, Make America Great. And so she has a whole new legion of new fans whom support Donald Trump. And here we go again, getting political. I mean, we had this discussion last week that the show, we just talked too much about President Trump and his shenanigans, that we should try to steer things away from Donald Trump. And here I am just going back again, even 1 week later. But hey, he's the president now. We're going to be talking about him a lot. So just get comfortable now. In an effort to change the subject, getting back to the Grammy Awards, of course, the big shock of the night, so to say, was Adele winning the Grammy Award for Album of the Year. Now, Song of the Year and Record of the Year were a foregone conclusion. I mean, Hello is a great song and all that stuff. I mean, a lot of memes. I'm still laughing at that one meme I saw about Hello with Mario, and it's like, hello, it's me. Yeah, I still get a chuckle out of that at random times, especially when I'm sleep deprived. But getting back on topic, a lot of people feel that the award should have rightfully gone to Beyoncé. And this is the third consecutive time this has happened to Beyoncé. She's been nominated for Album of the Year, and she first lost to Taylor Swift, whom I don't think deserved the award either. And then she lost again to Beck, was it two years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago she lost it back. But anyway, lucky for Adele, Kanye West did not show up at the Grammy Awards last night out of protest because he felt that the show was culturally biased. And they have proven their point by giving the award to Adele for 25. Now, I'm not going to knock 25. 25 is a great album. I actually have 25. I have it on CD. I bought it at Target because I still believe in buying physical music. I don't even have a copy of Lemonade. I heard Lemonade on Tidal. But when I heard Lemonade, and another thing, it took me a long time to jump on the Lemonade bandwagon because I was really skeptical about it for a very, very long time because I really wasn't fazed by Beyonce's last two albums, especially with music in general, especially R&B music becoming more and more towards programmed synthesizers and overproduced trap type music. And that really doesn't appeal to me. I'm a very diehard old school fan. Like I like bands, live bands. I mean Earth, Wind and Fire, Parliament. That's the kind of music I dig. And I was really, really shocked when I heard Lemonade. And I was like, this is great, man. This is the shit. I mean, where the hell have I been for the past year or so? Now, I had heard some songs. Of course, I've heard Formation. Who hasn't heard Formation? And everybody knows about Becky with the good hair. So the only time I'd heard the songs was when she had performed at the VMAs and at the Super Bowl last year. But hearing the album, I tell you, this is Beyonce, hands down, Beyonce's best album. This is her Sgt. Pepper's. This is her Songs in the Key of Life. This is her Thriller. This is her Purple Rain. Her Any Heartbreak. This is her magnum opus. And I really do believe that this album will go down in history as one of the greatest. It will never top Sgt. Pepper's, obviously. But it will be one of the greatest albums of all time. But even Adele, when she gave her acceptance speech at the Grammy Awards, she was like, I don't deserve this album. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is my best album that I've done so far. This is my favorite album. It's better than 19 and 21 meshed together. But you guys fucked up by giving it to me. You should have given it to Beyonce. And I was deeply moved by that gesture. As you could clearly see, Beyonce was also moved by the gesture. And it kind of reminded me of a situation that happened back in the 70s when Aretha Franklin won one of her Grammys. And she felt that Esther Phillips should have won the Grammy instead. And so she let her have the Grammy. She actually gave her the kidney saw in half or break it in half. She gave her the whole thing. She's like, I got 7 more of these at the house. You can have this one, Esther. Alrighty, this just in. I just found out the whole mystery beyond this whole mystery behind why Cee-lo Green was dressed like a giant C-3PO knockoff at the Grammy Awards. Apparently, this is a part of his new persona with his music career. Now, we all know him as, he went by Gnarls Barkley with Crazy back in 2006. And, of course, he had Fuck You under his own name, Cee-lo Green. And then, of course, he had Goody Mob back in the early 2000s. And that was a pretty underrated album, if you ask me. But now we have Gnarly Davidson. That's right. Cee-lo Green has a new persona called Gnarly Davidson. And I actually just saw the video for Gnarly Davidson's first single called Fuck Me, I'm Famous, which really does not add up because in the video, it looks like Biggie Smalls as a 3-year-old or some sort of midget like character who's at a party singing, rapping, doing his thing, and all the girls are around drinking and partying and dancing. And, he's singing, fuck me, I'm famous. I'm not going to sing the song because I don't want to have to pay Cee-lo Green a royalty fee. Because, if he's going to dress up like that, he's hungry. He's money hungry. He wants some attention. He wants some money. He must have spent up all of the royalty money he got for Fuck You. And so I'm not going to sing anything from his new song because I don't want to risk having to pay him anything. But it does beg the question is like, what in the Feezy was he thinking? It's like, what does the gold outfit have to do with the new persona? It's like in the video, he's not dressed up like this character. It's like, it's hard to describe. You have to see the video for yourself in order to fully, I'm still trying to process this myself. It's like, why couldn't you just put the song out as Cee-lo Green? Why couldn't you call it Gnarls Barkley? I'm starting to get real concerned for Cee-lo Green. I think we need to pray for Cee-lo Green. I think that all of this money has gone to his head. He might have an identity crisis. And at this point, I really don't think we should be making fun of Cee-lo Green anymore because it just isn't right to make fun of sick people. So, Cee-lo Green, we at Jason's Talking Time are currently keeping you lifted in our prayers. You and Zaffron the Martian, whom is still having awful marital problems. As a matter of fact, I gotta have him back sometime and ask him how that's going. All right, and while I continue to process this whole situation with Cee-lo Green, I think we're gonna wrap it up for today. We've talked enough, and I hope you enjoyed this edition of Talking Time. And if you did, please follow the show on Twitter and Instagram and like the show's page on Facebook. And as I said earlier in the show, please donate to our GoFundMe page. You guys tune in on next Tuesday for another edition of Talking Time. And until then, you guys stay safe and y'all have a great week. Roll Tide. Good night.